propulsion. Each person is like an actor who wants to run the whole show. Is forever trying to arrange the lights, the ballet, and the scenery, and the rest of the players in his own way. If his arrangements would only stay put, if the people would only do as he wished, if the show would be great. Everybody, including himself, would be pleased. Life would be wonderful. In trying to make these arrangements, our actors may sometimes be virtuous. He may be kind. He may be considerate, patient, generous, even modest and self-sacrificing. On the other hand, he may be mean, egotistical, selfish, and dishonest. But as with most humans, that he's more likely to be varied in these traits. What usually happens, the show doesn't come off very well, and he begins to think life doesn't treat him right. He decides to try harder, and he becomes on the next occasion more demanding and gracious, as the case may be. Still, the play does not suit him. Admitting he may be somewhat at fault, he is sure that other people are more to blame. He becomes angry and indignant and self-pitying. What is the basic trouble? Is he not really a self-seeker, even trying to be kind? Is he not a victim of the delusion? He can wrest satisfaction and happiness out of the world if only he manages it well. Is it not evident to all the rest of the players that these are the things he wants? And do not his actions make each of them wish to retaliate? That's what's going on right now. We're retaliating, Andrew, because you running your show the way you run it is bullshit.
Is that how it works in the big book?
Yeah, you should go back to AA, bro.
I was rather bothered the other night, Andrew, by your live. That's why I haven't been in the box as much. Because the way you ran it was like absolute chaos. And I don't know how many times I booted that individual. Like maybe 10, 15 times. And you just kept laughing the whole time.
Times. Well, the thing is, he has mob power too. So it's like, it was a mess.
Right, but Andrew, again, do you realize that the servers that are being promoted have everyone's mothers, fathers? Do you want to know something even is crazy?
Yeah, Robert, I didn't know that.
Okay, Andrew. There are people in there whose not only mothers and fathers, grandmas and grandpas on each side, but uncles, in-laws, everyone, like 50 people per person, extensions of families. And you think it's a fucking joke. When your in-laws, when your girlfriend and her in-laws, let's have a little fun, right? Not a bad day. Not a bad day. And
I've never been in there, Robert.
You shit in people's faces and mouths every fucking day when you say things like "not a bad day," and maybe, but Andrew, people have been telling you. People have been. I don't give a fuck. It is your fault, and guess what? You're not forgiven. I will give a fuck when it's not a bad day for you. I will give a fuck. You're an addict. I know you're a liar. You're a sick fucking liar. I know people like you. It's over. It is so over. I will give a fuck when it happens to you. I will give a fuck when your mother and grandmother and aunties and uncles and their spouses have to carry because Andrew was not having a bad day. I will give a fuck, Andrew. It's there. Everyone's there. Everyone's there for your dumb fuck.
Sorry these things are happening to you. I really am, Robert. I truly am.
I could give a shit. I could give two shits. Because you knew. My fucking boyfriend's...
No, now.
Hey, dumbass. My boyfriend's mugshot is in your live every night. Wow. Yeah, simple. It's simple. Hey, dumbass. The person I live with is in your fucking live every night, dumb fuck.
For Robert, it's just another day.
Yeah, Rachel, you can speak.
Okay. I'll make it quick. Andrew, one of the people that you love in your panel, she promised me that she was going to dig up my dead mother's body and she was going to fuck it with a dead dick and put her pussy on her dead mouth. and that's somebody that you love on your panel, and you thought it was funny too.
Really love everybody.
Cool. Cool. And guess what, Andrew? We know. We know. And that's why no one here could give a fuck about you. I'm glad. I'm glad you keep that tone. I'm really, really fucking glad. And that's why there's no conversation. That is why there's no
What do you want me to do besides
That's why-
apologize?
That's why there's no moment to give a fuck. That's why there's no moment to give a fuck. No, Andrew, Andrew, you could get on
Apologies
your
don't matter, dude. You
Andrew,
have to
you
make
could get on.
amends.
You could no.
He has
You
to
could get
stop
on your.
doing
You
it.
could get. You could get on your fucking knees and grovel at this point. For me, I have observed. I watched you. I watched you make excuses. I observed. I told you what I did, and everyone in here knows what I was doing. Everyone in here knows what I was doing as it was happening every day. Don't like you. You're weird. You're a child. You're pathetic. You make excuses to hurt people. I watched you.
I don't hurt anybody. So
For me, no, you do. You do. Because you know what it makes you feel? A worthless piece of shit like you? It makes you feel seen. Maybe. But
I already said sorry, Robert.
but for me, there's nothing for me. When it happens to you and yours,
It's gonna happen.
it
But why would it happen to me?
it won't be a bad week for me. It won't be a bad day for me. And I think I can speak comfortably for a lot of people in here. It won't be for them. It won't be. It won't be. Because guess what? We're all used to it. We're all used to it. And as you think it's a joke and you think it's a game and you think it can be spoke of and you think that you can host the pictures of women's bodies, like let's bring in Siren. Women's bodies.
Dude, if you don't think
Can
people
you imagine what it feels like to have your body on there?
I feel bad for her.
No. The fuck you do. Do you know what you said the other day? You told Siren, and you might think it's cute. I'll quote you. Oh, are you talking about the picture that I posted where you were biting your finger? Do you know what that fucking feels like?
No, yeah, I think that was when I asked him the question. I was like, because I was like, you know, that one picture you had up there was absolutely ridiculous, and he was like, oh, the one of her biting.
You baited me, Nick.
I baited you. What do you mean, Andrew? Like, you tried to hold me accountable for all this so many times, and like, it's really not my fault. Like, I was there that first day. I was there that first day, so like, I was somewhat complicit, I guess. But like, I was literally trying to turn the shit off. I was the only one. I was the only one in there trying to turn it off every time he turned it on. Yeah, and I did ask you several times if like I could, if you wanted him to keep doing that, and you're like, well, social media pictures are fine. And then you specifically told him not to let that picture of what's her name up again. And then 5 minutes later, it was up again, and you said it was fine. So, like, I don't know, Andrew. I don't know.
Did you take it down?
Andrew, I'm going to ask you.
You can't put it on me to take it down, though, Andrew. Like, and then, like the other night, like I
guess not.
After I seen what was going down, I dropped, and then I came back up to call Ethy out because like Ethy was getting involved, and I didn't want to see Ethy get involved in that. And like, Andrew, I was down in the comments, and like, there's delays in the comments. Like when you're in the comments, there's a delay to turn cameras off. So like, I wasn't even able to do anything effectively, and like, it shouldn't have been on me in the first place. Like, it really shouldn't have.
Let me ask you, Andrew, one question. Do you really think people...
it's on me more than you, Nick. I'm just...
No, Andrew, you dumb shit. Hold on. You dumb shit. Nick is not involved, you dumbass. Everyone's looking at your dumbass. Do not ever... Don't ever suggest that Nick was involved. Don't do that, ever. You're to blame. Because not only that, as Rachel said, you knew, you did it. And we're looking at you. We know who you are. Hey, dummy. Hey, dumb boy. We know. We're watching you. Don't blame Nick. Don't involve him.
Andrew, literally everybody's making fun of you
No, Andrew, it's more serious than that. I'm gonna ask you a
Okay.
question. Do you really think people aren't going to come for you now?
It's fun. I don't mind.
What about your family,
Then
Andrew?
greenlit.
I think it's gonna get the green light because I'm not doing anything to like. So like, I apologize.
I'm not
when
really
you
asking
overstep.
for your. I'm not really asking for your
Like, do
opinion.
you think it, like, you look
I
at
don't
it
think
like
it's
you
gonna
didn't do
happen.
anything, right? But like,
Pretty
do
much,
you
yeah,
really
yeah.
think that's how other people look at it, though? Is what I'm saying. On both
I
sides
think
now,
so.
because
I would
like
hope so. Yeah,
the other
probably.
night
Yeah.
when I went up there to grab Effie, like it was both sides doing it to each other, and it was
What?
on your live. So like their logic is
That's
gonna
how it
be
is.
to
It's them.
automatically
Yeah.
blame you, though.
Hey,
Like, but
I think they're
it's
gonna do
not
it
the way you
regardless.
think about it. Is what I'm trying to say. It's the
Hey,
way
Not at
they're
all.
gonna think about it. It's the way
Hey,
they're gonna think about it.
Robert, you want to? I'm going to point something out and let you run with it, right? So, what Andrew is doing is 100% making the universe and energy point at him, where the universe is
I
much
mean,
more
Woman,
likely to
I've
go.
already apologized and I'm
The,
taking responsibility, and
the,
I want to make amends. What else can I do?
is that the universe is definitely coming at Andrew and his family now, which is putting his family in danger.
I
And he
don't think
says,
so. I
What
don't
you
think
can,
so.
what you
he
can
doesn't
start by
care,
Yeah,
doing
and
Greenland.
is
he
like
doesn't
take some
care.
accountability.
It
No, hold on,
doesn't.
hold on, no, hold on, Effie,
Wait,
Effie,
I'm
Effie,
talking
Effie,
to
Effie,
Robert. I'm
Effie.
talking to Robert. Robert. So he
Hold on.
doesn't
You
care.
know
He
where
doesn't care.
I'm
Wait,
usually the line,
Robert.
Robert.
Robert. Like, so he doesn't care what he's doing could be a threat to his family.
He give a shit. He never has. Of course, people like. Of course, he doesn't. Do you think when he was a junkie, he gave a shit? No, he doesn't. He doesn't. And Effie, the reason why I tell you don't start now is that when Bex, when Belinda, when every woman has come up here, every man has come up here and said, my family, my extended loved ones, every fucking day are, please stop, please stop, please
Oh,
stop.
I get what you're saying, but I don't like
And no, no, no,
perpetuating.
no, no, no,
I
no,
don't
no.
like
Hold on, hold on,
perpetuation
hold on.
like at all.
Okay,
Like
I'm
that's
gonna
where it
drop you.
leads to.
I'm gonna drop you just the same way I dropped all the women. So I didn't give a fuck what you think. When every person every day has come up and said, my family, and Andrew laughs at them. In fact, wasn't it Andrew who was mimicking the voice of a woman who was unalived in front of her daughter? Wasn't that Andrew? Andrew made fun of a woman who was unalived in front of her daughter. Can we sit with that for a sec? There was QB's mother was unalived in front of her eyes, and
What the
Andrew
fuck?
mimicked her voice in her
Facts.
dying days,
That's
in
my
her
best
dying
friend.
moments.
What the fuck?
In her
Facts.
dying moments, Andrew said, "I wish you would have done better. I should have I should have done this. I
That's
should
my
have."
best fucking friend, and he mimicked her mother and her. What the fuck? What kind of sick fucking oh, what the fuck, Andrew?
They even tried to research to go back who unalived this girl's mother.
Are you fucking kidding me?
They went back.
He did it for about an hour and a half.
How fucking
They did it
sick
for
can
like
you
almost
fucking
2
be to sit there
hours.
and mock somebody? She was 3.
She was like 3 or 6 years old. She was a minor. She was very
She
young.
was a very young girl, and her mother got unalived in front of her. And you have the
He platformed these people.
What the fuck is
He
wrong
platformed
with you?
these people. They sent a warning out. Let's be clear. A warning was sent out by Aqua with all of our names on there that we would continue to get harassed.
Yeah, Carmen,
that things
I
were
sent
going to
you some
happen
of
to
those.
us. Let me finish. And it's not, I think people are misunderstanding. It's the threat, the life threats that have been sent out.
It's the violation of the privacy of your fucking
And
life.
if you're saying that you wanted to protect your friends, you would have draw the line and said, hey, motherfuckers, y'all, I'm not hosting no live like that. But that's not what happened. There was no integrity there. It was like anybody who you had a personal gripe with, you thought that these black folks were standing and I'm going to say it, Robert. He thought these black folks had his back, so he felt like he could go after Greenlee. I started watching him turn on people who he said that he cared about.
They're not going to
That's
have
the
his
fuck
back.
shit.
They're not going to have his back after this.
I still do care about him.
The fuck, Andrew? I don't think you have any. I don't think you have any.
Andrew, do you know what it takes for them to dox you? Like simple stuff, like the blacks.
Who's gonna do that, Robert?
Oh, it's gonna happen.
I don't know, but you know what? I also can say definitively,
But who and
I do
why,
not care.
though?
Don't care. I don't know. Andrew, I don't care about you. Do you get that? Don't care about you. Live your life. Go into the great beyond.
But
you're not worthy. Because as I've told all the women, as I've told all the women in here, as I've told all the men in here, when it's declarative, it's over for me. If I care about you, I'm going to tell you every day, all the time. Hey. I care. I'm going to tell you. After tonight, for me with you, unless you have some like reconciliation, I've come to go live your life. There's not much for me with you and I. I've watched you. I think that you're a coward, and cowards live a certain life that I'm not involved in. Your family, you're their issue. You're your mom and dad's issue, and you will always be their issue till their last moments. And God willing, you don't relapse, and good on you. Oh God, I'll pray for you, but that's it. I don't have much for you. I really have nothing for you. In fact,
He's already relapsed. What are you talking about? He's on drugs every day.
On his panel also too, and I really didn't want to bring attention to this because I didn't want to give attention to the people doing it, but they were on his panel on an account of my deceased mother. Her picture, her first and last name, and I didn't want to bring attention to it while they were on his panel. But Andrew, you are a piece of fucking shit. I don't give a fuck about myself, but the things that you're allowing to happen to other people, mocking QB's mother that was unalived in front of her.
Well,
the
but
shit that's happened to Robert,
he was not only mocking the mother, but as she was unalived.
Yes.
Like
yeah, that was the thing.
Like QB, he was literally mimicking the voice of the mother.
What the fuck?
In her moments as she left the world.
As she left the world.
This guy used your mom's profile, Rachie?
Yeah, her picture. Yeah, and then he also too, he allowed a picture of my dad and me that was dug up from my dad's Facebook. But yeah, put a picture up of my dad and me on his profile.
I will say
that's disgusting.
That was single-handedly the darkest moment I ever watched on this entire platform when you did that, Andrew. I will say. That's
absolutely disgusting. And your mother
it was pretty dark. It was bad.
Your mother should be ashamed.
Haley, we gotta have order. We gotta have order.
I don't know who you are, Haley, sweetheart. You seem to be with it, but you're not. This is deeper than you.
There's a misunderstanding, I think, where people like if we're roasting, it's roasting. Let's be clear, we're roasting, but the boundaries have been crossed so far. Like I said, I've had enough. And I love and I miss this person. We talk all the time. I can't fuck with them because they're platforming people that is doing this wicked shit. Like it's one thing. Like I've heard people say, "Oh, I'm smoking your son's ashes," or your son he's crying, like all kinds of diabolical shit. And you're not getting not a fucking galaxy. Like, at least if you saying that you fuck with me and I'm your friend, I'd rather for you to be rewarded, but you're not even being compensated. They just taking up space. And now people are being threatened.
You know what happens when you're an addict? You can like hum along and you make pretty good decisions. You know, you get like a Gatorade, have a cigarette, not have a cigarette, go to work, do your job, and then all of a sudden you just have like a bad idea. And like maybe you were just living your life and you know, you just say, "Hey, I'm just going to go, I don't know, I'm just going to go gamble." And then you go gamble, and then you get addicted to gambling and you lose, I don't know, $5 million and hurt your house and the money. Andrew, like, it's not a big deal, dude. Like, you're not like just set out to be this horrible person, but you can make a bad decision when you don't have good people around you telling you good things to do and like trying to keep you accountable and saying like maybe this isn't a good decision. Like really bad shit can happen, and that's all people are trying to say is like you're just not.
I totally agree with that. Like when I saw Andrew, because so let me explain. Before that day, Andrew, like totally and just pure honesty, like the Andrew in my world that I would have ever said, if I can explain Andrew, you always, like every fucking second of my existence on this app, you have always been in the comments like, I love you, you're great, you're Robert, go Robert, go Robert. Like I would have said Andrew is like a man's man above and beyond. Like this guy always, like every fucking second of my existence on this app, you have always been in the comments like, I love you, you're great, you're Robert, go Robert, go Robert. Like I would have said Andrew is like a man's man above and beyond. Like this guy supports people. He's a good guy, a positive guy. And this is kind of like in the vein of like what me and Carmen talked about, like this warfare of like spirituality and people and he supports people. He's a good guy, a positive guy. And this is kind of like in the vein of like what me and Carmen talked about, like this warfare of like spirituality and people and like what can rub off, or like the aura kind of, it's like kind of existential. Like I don't want to say that it was them, but like something I feel like overcame you, like you, like all of a sudden, like it was so dark and like I don't know, like I don't like what I will so definitively say is I wish no one will ever hurt you ever. I like, you are so worthy, you're a good guy, and you're so worthy of love, and I care for you, but you have been overcome by like something negative that needs to go. You need to shape up. You do, in my opinion. And because what I don't ever want is I don't want to say to the world or to people on here, like, I want people to be angry at you. I don't. You don't deserve that. You don't deserve that. You don't. But you have been hurtful, and you have enabled something that is awful, and you are not responsible for that, because there are really awful people in this world that you are not responsible for. But I want you to know that it's very real and it sucks, and kind of that's it almost. Like, but to anyone who's listening, you're a very decent person, and you deserve good. You do. And I think you live in that vein, but something recently has been not good. Something's been off, and you need to get back on course.
Robert, you and I talked about that. We talked about that. It's we're going to say layman terms, the bandwagons, the clicking up, familiar spirits, similarities. It was demonic influences. And most of those people say things that I would never say. People have said hail to the devil. Like they worship.
Well, you know what I'm kind of like, it sucks because like And like Andrew, above and beyond most people, is so he's light. Like if I don't know who he is to anyone else, but to me, he has been to me light. Like it's like I can always look at in the comments, and Andrew is love and positivity and and it's like like if we're to think of like how that all works, like maybe it's like an energy force that just goes in a high form, and if you redirect it, it just goes in the negative in the same direction. And it's like, let's get that force back in the good and just keep it there. Cause if it's there, Andrew, you are like so you're who you are and what you represent to the world is wonderful. It's really wonderful. It's beautiful. It makes people better.
Go, Ranchi.
So I'm just trying to be respectful. Yeah, I thought Andrew was really funny. One thing about Robert, he's always going to make me laugh. And in my darkest times, Robert always makes me laugh. And that's one thing about Robert. But Andrew, I've just in the past 2 weeks have been extremely disappointed in, and I don't think that Andrew knows the depth of the harm that has been put on people and with the doxing and the shit that's going on. And I think sometimes it's hard to know that depth if you've not been around for it. But Andrew, you truly need to know the shit that's going on your lives have not only previously affected people in their real lives, but are now almost like I don't even know how to put it into words. Like the shit that's going on in your lives now, you have allowed a platform for people to radiate a whole lot of shit onto people's families, their livelihood, their safety, their family safety, just anything and everything. You allowed people yesterday to promote a Discord server that put every single one of us in danger. And I know that you haven't been touched by the doxing and the shit that's going on, and I don't wish it on you. But if and when it happens to you, you will be on our side now bitching, and the next person that you see that are allowing people to be like platform these insane psychopath lunatics, stalkers, you'll understand. I don't want you to understand, but whenever you can understand, it's a whole different story, man. People, you don't even know me, and my life has been affected because of the shit that you were allowing that's going on your fucking lives.
And what I'll retract, what I will retract from earlier is like, who has like the okay, I'm gonna mute. What I will retract from my previous statements is that, like, Andrew, I'll be here for you always. Like, and Green Lake, I feel like is a testament to this. Like, when I'm frustrated or you are mean to me, like I'm here for you. Like, I do care for you. And Andrew, I think you're so cool. Like, I really, 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 really do. And you will not like me after this, and that's okay. But like, I'm frustrated. There's a lot going on in everyone's life, and it sucks. Like, there's a lot of shit going on, and I really wish you would kind of consider it a little bit more. But I don't want you to be in bad circumstances. Like, I myself don't. And so for me, I guess like that's like my kind of parting words on this whole thing is that like I'm here, and you always like are welcome around me, but please, 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 please consider all the stuff that we've said. And it's like, it's very, very serious. It's awful. It's shitty. And there are women, there are men, there are people, there are kids. There's like a lot of shit in the middle of all of this. And it sucks. It really, really sucks. and it's not your fault. Like there's mental illness in the mix of this. There's evil, like people just who are just hateful. There's a lot that's not that you don't own at all, but the levity that you want to have towards some of this stuff is, it can't be like this is not unserious business. This is very serious business. And so I don't know. I just want everyone to know also, like, and you, Andrew, like, I really mean what I say when I say, like, you're my friend. You are my friend. I don't have to be yours, but I think Green Lake might attest to this the most. Like, even when things are awful, and like today, like you're going to be my friend. I myself want you to thrive, and I'll always defend you. And maybe this wasn't the best way to do it. Life's not always perfect, but like, I wanted you to know these messages. Like, people, it's awful. A lot of things are going on. There's a lot of implications of what's going on. And for me, I'm gonna leave it here. Like, I don't want to move it forward. Like, that's how I kind of want to say it.
A good live. Thank you, Robert.
Robert, you know he's probably streaming us.
That's okay. Like, and that's why I say, like, that's why I say Green Lake. Like, I think you know me in that way, and a few people do. Like, you don't have to be good to me for me to want to love you. Like, I don't want people to fail, and I don't want men to fail. Like, Andrew, if you're anything like me, and I think you are a lot like me, actually, like, I'm here for you, and I think there's a lot of people here for you.
Hey guys.
Hello.
Hey. So I don't know, like, is this like a political kind of?
Yeah, you Republican or Democrat?
I'm moderate. I have a child with profound autism, and I kind of wanted to hop on because I think RFK is...
Do you think I'm autistic? Is that what this is?
No, my child is, though. So I very much care about it. And there's some scary stuff going on right now, guys, like, that I think that we should... I'm just kind of... I don't know. I kind of am hopping on, and like, I don't really know how else to make a difference. So,
well, we have to give you a warning. If you're going to be friends with us and in this live, you're probably going to be doxxed in Andrew's live tomorrow.
My God. Oh my God.
So
that's a good one, Green Lake.
He seems like a nice guy. Right?
It's just a warning.
Okay, so I have a 2, almost 3-year-old that has autism. He's nonverbal, etc. RFK is kind of a dickhead, right? Like, can we agree with that?
Didn't expect it.
What is happening?
I can't agree with that.
What's happening? Is somebody playing?
Let's go ahead and just, his speech about autistic people and autistic children was just wild, right? Like, that's something that we all agree on.
Can we all come together on the autism spectrum to realize that RFK knows nothing and he is a fucking quack job? Do you all understand that this is exactly what they did in WW2? They tested on autistic people. They convinced people that they were not human and fucking ran like, Jesus Christ. We are living through the same shit we've already been through. History is repeating itself.
Correct, Bex. You're correct.
Listen, it's what I'm wondering.
I'm sorry, ma'am. Over here, when a man is speaking, you gotta wait. You gotta wait. 2 men were speaking. So, okay, go ahead.
Duran, is it not cold outside?
I was
not
just
where I'm at.
even people that disagree and
I'm
think
sorry, Green Lake
what
was
he's
next, and
doing
then
is
and then it
great.
was you. Go ahead, Green Lake.
I just wanted to say I do think this is an autistic live, so this is actually appropriate.
Hey guys, my people. I found my people. That's great. You know, what's funny is
Actually,
I had
can
a
I tell you
child
what we were
diagnosed.
talking about before you sent her? Can I tell you? Let me tell you what we were talking about. We were talking about that I'm gonna give it to you. What we were talking about. We were talking about people hosting lives and people getting doxxed and their lives threatened and their children threatened, their moms and their dads threatened, their jobs at risk. People bringing up people's past and putting it up in the backdrop. Just because I can tell you're probably new to TikTok and you didn't read the room, but that's what we were talking about. But we can talk about that subject, what you wanted to talk about. Because it's something that
Route
needs to be spoken about.
66.
Yeah, we
Let's
needed a
go.
break. We needed a break anyway, so autism is a good topic.
Okay. Yeah. Well, I mean, shit, if I'm going to get like threatened and stuff, I don't know if I want to talk about it.
That's what I'm talking about, because there are people that are in this live that you might follow that have people that they host.
I don't follow many people though. I'm very I don't post any videos. I'm literally like.
I know, but you see how you walked in here?
We'll get you.
Didn't know that there are doxers in here.
Thanks,
Look your information up. And then you got to have to carry 245s.
Well, shit.
And then your mama will have to carry 2.
That sucks because I kind of feel right now very powerless with my kids.
You better not have a good job.
You
better not have a good
I'm
job.
a stay-at-home mom, girl. This is my whole job.
But then they're going to come after your husband.
And you have a microwave, don't you?
You do.
I was trying to give the
I'm
heart.
just trying to give her the truth, y'all. Somebody
trying to
show it
give
out
us
in the
the
comments.
So this is what TikTok is about.
No.
You know.
You know, there's a man that is in this live, in this panel.
There it
He's
is.
a giver. He gives, right? He gives. But there were people that were jealous that he gives and tried to police and dictate how he give his money. Now,
I appreciate you. I appreciate you warning me. You know, but at the same time, it's kind of like, you know, it's always going to be like, when do you speak out? When are you gonna, you know, like
just
every day,
like
speak
that's
out
what I'm
every
saying.
day.
Like in real life, it's way more dangerous, right? If I'm going out and speaking on the streets and stuff, like
no, it's way dangerous in here.
You're not going to have your neighbor to look your information
Amanda,
up.
sweetheart. Well, Amanda, sweetheart, are you?
I am from South Carolina, so girl,
sugar bun, how you doing?
Are you a little boozy?
I don't know what that means.
A little drunk?
Oh, maybe a little bit. You know, it's only like 4:00 in the morning, so you know, whatever.
Only Amanda, sweetheart. Jesus Christmas. Okay. Wait, you said South Carolina?
South Carolina. Mm-hmm.
Period. That's a crazy place to be from. I feel like the only place that's comparable is like New Mexico. Which I'm from.
I've been to New Mexico. I went to Albert. Actually, my brother was stationed in the Marine Corps. By the way, guys, I have a very scary Marine Corps brother.
Well, then you're good.
Don't tell your business on here. Hoorah.
He was in Spec Ops too. He was in Spec Ops, so he will find.
So he
any
knows.
motherfucker.
He knows. Let's go. Period. And what else?
Yeah, we're not worried about you now.
Yeah, you're off the list.
He will find a motherfucker. So
hey, you know what? You said you had a son that was autistic?
Yeah, I have a 2 almost 3-year-old that's autistic, and
I think I'm a little.
How do you know that? How do you know that they are that at that age?
He's completely nonverbal. He does not answer to his name. He is stimming all the time.
That's
he is. Yeah, I mean, it's very obvious. It's very obvious.
Well,
honestly.
what do you mean? Wait. What do you mean? It's very obvious. What does that mean?
Yeah, there was 4 or 5 that.
By the time kids are almost 3, like he is, he's about to turn 3 here in like a month or 2. They have words, right? They're able to talk somewhat.
Yeah, but like It's not necessarily going to be as bad as you think. I don't think.
Well,
I mean,
Nick,
like,
hold on,
Robert-
Nick.
my son was nonverbal till like 5 years old.
You and I. think
Yeah.
the
My
same
buddy's
way
son was
on-
the same thing.
Did he answer to his
Can the
no?
host speak?
Nick, you and I think the same way on this stuff because, like, I think my mom thought the same way as you. So, like, I think I was afforded like a good upbringing in that way. But I was just kind of trying to question her, like, what do you think makes your son different?
So the biggest things are he is totally nonverbal. Like I said, he does not answer to his name. He stims a lot, like all the time.
What does that mean?
He flaps his hands. He toe walks.
But why is that bad?
It's not bad. It's not bad.
Robert, do you remember my nephew Durian? And I used to have his TikTok page, Duca Jones. He's a high function autism. He has autism, and he couldn't do any of those things.
Yeah.
But what it takes is to have someone who I have a nephew who has autism. You have to be patient.
Yeah.
You have to be. You can't. You have to.
No.
Like Moose said in the comments, things
Educate
like
yourself.
contact,
You gotta educate
responsive,
yourself.
socializing, repetitive odd
Armin.
behavior, flapping.
I'm sorry. Go
I
ahead, Robert.
know what's going on, but like,
He has all that. I mean,
Okay.
it's very obvious.
so, but why? What
What are you asking me?
isn't that just your son though? Kind of.
Yeah, it's my son. He is autistic and he's wonderful, and he's my
Robert,
son.
he's smart.
Yeah,
I can't
yeah,
stand
he's very
you,
smart.
Robert.
He knows. He can point to things. He just recently learned that he can point to things to show what he knows, which is like huge. So they would, in a lot of like the early interventions. So guys, let's go ahead and say that there is something called the golden age of neuroscience. So when you have neuroplasticity in your brain, before you turn 3 years old, if you get into early intervention services, when you have things like this, just developmental delays, it makes a huge difference.
It's not
to
a
getting
delay. Why do you call it a delay?
because they should be doing this stuff by now.
No, because you want to know what's really wonderful.